Jon Olstad again, Senior Manager of Technician Production from Walser Automotive Group with another tech tip video to throw your way. In today's video, we're going to talk about 2- and 3-wire sensors. So your sensors that are related to engines, transmissions, whatever it is, could be pressure, could be temperature. There are different ways that the ECM determines if it's a fault within the circuit or a fault within the sensor. So one of the ways I learned to quick check them before I got all my diagnostic stuff out and went and checked wire to wire and all this stuff was using the built-in voltmeter inside the ECM or inside that control module. All the control module is looking for is feedback voltage, and when it falls out of range, it knows to flag a certain code. So in the example we're going to give you today is with a P0106, which is for your map sensor for a performance code. So when you have a performance code, you can then go in and, based on the schematic, find out which one of the 3 wires is your signal, which one is the voltage, and which one is the low reference or ground. And you can take the signal circuit and short it to ground with a fuse jumper wire, and you can take the signal circuit and short it to power with a fuse jumper wire. And what you should get is the other code related to that fault. So in this case, we have a 106. And we're going to take the circuit, the signal circuit, and short it to ground with a fuse jumper wire, and we should see that it now sets a 107. So we'll go ahead and do that. I already got the sensor unhooked right here. And this lead is on the signal circuit. We got a fuse jumper wire right here. We're going to hook another lead to the ground, which is the middle one here. Then we're going to take our scan tool and we're going to look at our codes after we've cleared them. As you can see, we now have a 107. So now if we set this down and we go across to the power, we now have a P0108. So what this is telling me is that the ECM can see that the power is excessive on the signal circuit. So in this case, it's a 5-volt reference line. It's seeing over the threshold that's too high for its measuring range, and that it can see a low reference line of a voltage that's too low, which sets the other code. So that tells me the integrity of the circuitry and all the way to the ECM being able to determine what is going on with the signal circuit is good. And in this case, most likely it is the sensor. Now, in these scenarios, I would still do a harness visual check to make sure we don't have any spots that could be potentially intermittent. Also doing a wiggle test along the harness from the sensor to the control module, whether it's the ECM or some other sensor. The nice thing about this test is you can do it with 2-wire sensors as well. Most of the time you just have a signal circuit and a ground that goes back to the ECM. One of the ones that you can do it with is the intake air temp sensor. That's another one you can do it with. Same with the engine coolant temp sensor. You're looking to see if the ECM can flag the other fault that is related to that circuit. Where you can do a quick check where it's very fast, non-intrusive checks where you don't have to take a bunch of stuff apart or get a bunch of tools out. It's a quick reference to find out, hey, do my circuits work, and what is the integrity of those circuits, and the ECM or ECU's ability to determine if those voltages are within range. So that concludes today's tech tip. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you on the next one.